Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Why bad boys have a great perspective on life. Oh man, yeah, I haven't got multiple thumbs down from some dudes in a while. And you know I like triggering y'all. Why bad boys. And just to be clear, this is beyond Pookie and Ray Ray, though. This ain't just Pookie and Ray Ray. This is whatever white people call their Pookie and Ray Rays, and whatever Hispanics, Asians, Mexicans, Martians, South Sea Island, whatever they call their bad boys. This is dedicated to all the bad boys around the planet, right? And just to be clear, because, you always got to qualify stuff with people. This ain't saying every single one. But one thing I found in life, a lot of dudes who come from like just a rough background, or they was like the bad boy. They were like the school bully or something, right? Or like the local D boy criminal. And I'm not, like I said, I've noticed this across races. If if they can make it to a certain age, right? They can make it to a certain age, and like kind of get their life together a bit. I ain't talking about just the pure knuckleheads, but some who get their life together. These dudes have a great perspective on life, And I talked before. I talked a couple instances I've talked about before, like when I used to sell books, right, and really hang out in like bookstores and stuff. It'd be like the thug dudes who come in and buy all the deep stuff, right? They be the main ones, and then my favorite seminar was when I was with a bunch of, like, they were like, these were real thugs. Everyone had a criminal record. They were only sitting in front of me because the judge ordered them to. Man, they were hitting me with deep stuff. They were telling me deep books to read and whatnot, right? And I thought about this because I got a cousin. Let's just be real. That dude was on some thug shit. His mother still worried about him. He turning his life around, but his mother, my cousin, still worried about that man, right? But that dude deep as hell. I be following some of his stuff on Instagram. I'm like, damn, this dude be thinking about. He be on the same conspiracy stuff that I would be on. That I don't talk about much. I'd rather have just one federal agent follow me, not 16. So I don't talk about a lot of stuff, right? And I was like, dang, because I knew his back. This dude. Cousin, love him and everything, but yeah, I would advise anybody who like see him publicly run. I'm just gonna be real. I would say run, cause he got the family volatile nature like all of us got it. He will bust somebody in the head. You look at a raw, right? He will. But that dude deep. That's why I thought about this, right? I was like, man, and I thought about why. I said, why these dudes? One thing about the true bad boy, not the fake bad boy or something like that, right? But the true dude who getting in trouble, the true to the game thug, like living about that life, right? In fact, I just thought about one. He's a that dude's a professor and a priest. That dude's a college professor now. I met another dude who was a professor. I think they got a great perspective because they done seen the bad side. Yeah, people think, you got cats thinking they red pill or something like that. It was like, no, living in an environment that criminal activity is like a way of life. And that shit all about survival. In fact, I did a video about that. I said, if somebody really want to get red pill, sell all your shit, take a one-way bus ticket to some city you've never been to, don't know anybody, and trust me, you'll be red pilled in a year. Like some real red pill shit. Because the real thing ain't like you knowing about female nature. The real thing is about just seeing life in general. And see, they'll have a great perspective because they seen the worst part of life. People acting shocked over like this whole R. Kelly thing. These dudes got stories, probably witnessed some shit. You probably got a lot of people. You probably got some people here listening to this right now who in the back of their mind worried about police stopping and say, hey, asking some questions about some shit they done witnessed or something. Or shit, some crime they done committed themselves. But they have a great perspective, because if you see, I'm gonna tell you something now. Once you see the worst in life, once you experience like being just around some predators, it changes your whole perspective. And if as a man you can come out of that shit, as a man, if you can come out of it, shit, you see life totally different. That's some wisdom. I mean, you went through it. I mean, come on now. You in a situation where you might have had to, sleep in a situation with some murderers and stuff, some like deviant ass people, sleep in the same home with them, or you in that corner and you always on the watch out for something. It does something to you. It does something. And if you have some like any type of intelligence, shoot, a lot of times they were like, you know what, this is messed up. Because, you get some cats out here glorifying that life, or, you get TV shows, right? Like, I'll give you an example, like Power. A lot of people might have forgotten that the original premise of that TV show was about dude trying to get out of that life. Because you get anybody true to the game, they ain't glorifying, because even people on the street, like some street cats, some true to the game street cats listening to me. How many of y'all know any 70-year-old gangsters? Seriously. And I mean, like on the street thing. I ain't talking about maybe the type who doing like some more sophisticated type of stuff. Like some organized crime type of stuff. I'm just talking about just somebody just doing stick-up kids, all that. Y'all don't know any 70-year-old stick-up kids or somebody on the corner doing that shit. Or still trying to fence some stuff. At least I hope y'all don't. So usually what happens is the dude's young, they see everything, and they like, you know what, this some messed up shit. This some mess. They start turning their lives around, or something else. Sometimes they get caught. Like I said, I know a couple. Well, I met one professor, still know one. I mean, if we run into each other, we be like, hey, what's up and everything. He cool, right? Who lived that life. And I knew an attorney. And stuff. I mean, that dude was actually featured in a magazine. He was a drug dealer. Changed his life around and shit. And, you get other stories of, somebody might decide they're going to be a chef or something like that to get into real estate or something like that. That's because they done seen the worst. And once you seen the worst, you start seeing stuff differently. You don't have time for bullshit, because you already know what happens once you get past the veil, right? So they'll have a great perspective. And a lot of them look to get educated, right? That's why when I was selling books, a lot of them would hit me up and they would be like, hey, let me check this book out. Let me check this book. Sometimes they would ask advice on where they should be going, what they should be doing. All right? Because they done seen the bad shit and they already seen the consequences, right? And see, people will be like, I know some people will be like, dang, Rom, why you messing with them? What about all these good guys? Well, I'm helping the good guys out enough, but, there's a saying, and I have it in my book of Player's Eyes, every saint has a past, every sinner has a future, man. I mean, there's a lot of folks out here, you might see them, you might even live in a neighborhood thinking they were all good, but, they were living that life, but they changed it around. But in the process, they got a great perspective on stuff. They seen some things, they understand some things, and, so they ready, shit. They'll have some wisdom, And sometimes, one of the things, too, if I run into cats like that, when I run into cats like that, you talk to them, it was like, damn, this dude is sharp. A lot of common sense, everything, And, yeah, they might still have some of those ways, but in this environment now, you kind of need those, like that street smarts and also the book smarts, right? That's why I can spot some things sometime. I'll be out here, and I don't have a criminal record or anything like that, but I've been around these types, right? Been in the same environment, and that's another thing too. If you even grew up in that environment or spent some time in that environment, gives you a greater perspective on life. So anyway, that's all I got for now. Let's see. I should get about 10 thumbs down, because too many people don't want me to look at all stuff like that, but it's part of the tapestry of the life we live. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. Peace and blessings.